Right guys, welcome back to the Car Dealer's Diary channel. It's great to see you guys again. If you've probably noticed, we've not been about for a while because we've had loads going on in the background. We've got a rebrand going on, we've got loads of stuff going on with the workshop, but now we're back, we're ready to start making content again, and we've got a few backlogged videos which I want to share with you first before we get into our really fresh stuff, because we've got loads of exciting stuff coming up. So first things first, we're going to get started on this Volvo V70 that we had in. I wasn't sure about it, I didn't know what to do with it, but then Gary convinced me to retail it, so here's that video. Hey guys, welcome back. Today you joined me in our most recent part exchange. On paper, this should be a great piece of retail stock, but I'm very much sitting on the fence. I'm not sure if we should just trade this out or not. Gary thinks we should retail it, I think we should trade it, but to make a proper decision we're going to have to get it in the workshop, get it cleaned, have a good look over it and see what we think. I'm not going to go into the mileage yet, it is a bit higher than what we normally stock, but it is a very good car, it seems to drive very well. I just don't know with this mileage whether it's a good retail opportunity or not, so what to do is jump in the comments just now and see if you can guess the mileage. It's quite high, it's quite high. I actually took this car home last night and it drives very well. Like, looking at this car, if I covered the mileage, you would never think, looking at it body wise, drivability wise, that this has got the mileage that it has. You would think it's at least half of what it is. We'll cut this video here just now. I'll get this back, we'll get it a clean up, we'll get it all power washed and stuff because it's really dirty. I can't really assess the bodywork properly until we get it cleaned, so we'll give it a quick wash, have a look at it, we'll get it in the workshop, we'll jack it up, we'll give it a good proper check over, get a really good list on it, and then we can decide if we're going to retail this car or trade it on. Since I've been driving this home and back, I have noticed a bit of a wobble off it. At first I thought it was wheel balancing, but then I can feel it under my seat and everything as well, so what I'm thinking is it could be the front tyres, because this car has got Michelin cross climates on it, and every time I've had a car in the garage with Michelin cross climates on, they've been out of shape, they've been egged, one of the bands is broken, there's been a problem with them. I don't rate Michelin cross climates at all. So let's get it in, get it washed, and just make a list of what we need to do. Right guys, here we go. It's a Volvo V70. As you can see, it's finished in a really stunning shady goldy silvery colour, beige. We've decided to bring it in and get a quick mechanical check over first before we get it soaking wet. As you can see, it doesn't look too bad. I've seen worse. Let's get it up on the jacks and we'll have a proper look at it and decide what we're going to do going forward. Right, here we go. We've got the first side jacked up. One good thing about this car is it's spent pretty much all of its life down south. It's only just made it north of the border, so for surface rust and stuff underneath it's not so bad. It definitely needs a set of front brake pads. They're getting a bit low for retail. And this is what I was on about with these cross climates. It's probably hard to see on the camera, but it's really low in the middle compared to the outer edges. It's just got a kind of bowl shape to it, and it's definitely got some inner edge wear. Whether that's a tracking issue or not, we'll check the other side. There's no play on any joints or anything, but yeah, I don't trust these tyres at all. I hate them. So yeah, other than that, there's no leak off the shocks or anything. It does feel a wee bit crashy over some of the bigger bumps, but that might be coming from the back, so we'll check that in a wee minute. But so far on this side, it's just get rid of that tyre and put a set of front brake pads on it at the moment. It's much the same on this tyre, but this tyre here is actually down to the cords on the inner edge, so that's not going to be helping matters. That's not looking great at all. So definitely two front tyres, springs okay, shocks okay. Again, very minor surface rust, but nothing like you would find on a Scottish car, which is good. Right guys, underneath we've got nothing more than I would expect, to be honest. Usual wee bit of surface rust. There's a wee bit of oil on the edge of the boost pipes. But that's pretty much what I would expect out of a vehicle with this mileage on it, especially an old 5-cylinder turbo diesel. But yeah, wee bit of surface rust along the front here. But again, if this was a Scottish car, that'd probably be falling off by now. In the engine bay, it's all pretty dry looking. Injector seals are good. This boost pipe's okay, there's no wee bit damp there. There's a wee tiny oil leak here somewhere. Maybe it's from, it looks like it's from that breather actually. So that's going to need probably a new hose clip tightened up. Give this a good clean up because that'll drip straight into the alternator. One thing I forgot to mention is this car has got full service history up until this year, so by the time I've serviced it, that'll bring it fully up to date. And I think the first 10 years has been main dealer, and then it's been a specialist after that, so it's had a lot of money spent on it over the years. So again, for the mileage this is done, it doesn't look like that mileage. It looks like cars with half of that mileage on it, so you never know, it may be okay. Right, looking at the back, this has been advised on the last 2 MOTs for brake pads wearing thin. This was sold by a dealer in June last year, and they haven't, I don't know if you can see it or not. Look at the brake pad on that. It's pretty much non-existent, so they've not even changed them. So definitely rear pads on the back. Looking at the tyres, looks all good. Look at the other side. Shock mount's okay. Again, wee bits of surface rust. Nothing like you would expect on a car from a whole lifetime in Scotland though. Brake pad's gone on this side as well. Tyres good though. Again, good. I also noticed that there was no rust, no bubbling, no blemishes or anything around the rear arches. And I think that's thanks to this rubber cover here. This sort of rubbery plastic cover that Volvo have put on. It's really saved the edge of that. I think a fresh set of number plates and get the fencing panel screws out of it will tidy it up a lot. So we've also got a detachable tow bar as well. I don't know when that was last off, so I'll probably not bother touching that. We'll probably just leave it. Right, here we go. Wee bit of surface rust. It's all very solid though. We could easily wire brush that and Lanigard that. Rear springs, complete. Wee bit of surface rust, no broken. Bit of surface rust on the rear cross member. Again, a wee bit of Lanigard and some zinc primer, that'll be okay. Drop links are good. The rear shocks look dry. There was just something, when you hit a bigger bump, it just seemed a wee bit crashy. So they're not actually leaking, but I think they might be a wee bit soft. Over this side, drop links okay. Again, springs okay, no brakes. Surface rust. The whole exhaust system's good. Heat shields are still all intact as well. It looks not too bad under here. It's fairly easy to prep this as well. The electronic handbrake and everything all works as well. So, right up. This tyre's a wee bit. Yeah, it's a bit cracked and split on the inner edge. It's probably quite old. It's a bit perished. Don't really like that. Couldn't sell a car with that on it. I don't mind a bit of edge wear as long as it's no cracked or split, but yeah, these are cracking. So before we get it outside and get it cleaned up and we have a look at the exterior bodywork on it, this is a dilemma I'm facing. So if you haven't put it in the comments already and had a guess at the mileage is 179,000, it's nearly 180,000. So far I've got on my list that we need a full service, It's going to need pretty much 4 tyres. It's going to need brake pads all round. Possibly a shock absorber. We need a wee bit of rust treatment underneath just so it doesn't get any worse in Scotland. Potentially there's no bodywork on it. We really need to wash it to find out what we need to do to it. And we'll have a look at the interior shortly. But this is where it gets a bit tricky. We've had a look on Auto Trader and there is 3, is it 3 within 100 miles?
Yes.
And I think there's only 10 national.
There's a slightly more national, there was about maybe 13, 14 within 200 miles.
Right, okay, so 13, 14 within 200 miles. But within 100 mile, of the 3 that was there, there's one that is 100, what is it, just over 100,000 miles?
Yes.
And it's up for sale on Auto Trader for 6,995. There's one with like really low mileage, it's something like 30 or 40,000.
They're all similar ages as well to us.
Yeah, they're all similar ages, but the one that's got the lower mileage is up for 12,995, which I think's a bit excessive. But for some reason, these Volvo V70s are in a bit of high demand. So I was thinking about trading this car on and letting somebody else have a go at it, but Gary's convinced we can prep this properly and get it up for retail stock. But I've no idea where we would price this because it's 179,000 miles, the history's good. It's obviously not a £6,000 car. It's got about 70,000 miles more than that one. So, is it a £2.5 grand car? Is it 2,995? You guys can jump in the comments and let us know. Let us know what you would do. Jump in the comments, let us know. And I'll finish checking this over and we'll get it outside, we'll give it a wash and then we'll have a good look at it in the daylight. Get a list of any bodywork or touch-ups and interior repairs. And then we can make a fully informed decision on what we do next. Gary's already started cleaning it. I think Gary's convinced that we're going to retail this car. But I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sold on it yet. See, this looks like there's more movement in the tyre than there is in the actual suspension. Because the shocks don't look too bad. And the rebound rate's fine. It seems to all be in the tyre. Is that a workout for you, Gary? But yeah, there's no knocks or clunks or bangs at the moment. Maybe it was just that really rough road at B&Q that made it feel worse than what it was. I think we should maybe get it out again later and see how it goes. But anyway, let's carry on with the checking. Underneath's all good. I keep forgetting this is an electronic tailgate. In here, everything's there, nothing's missing. Loads of storage. No spare wheel, but we've got an inflation kit there. Tow bar mountings, there's no signs of any water. No signs of any accident damage. Everything looks all good. I have done an HPI check on the car and it came back all okay, so there's no signs of any accidents or anything like that. Interior wise, everything's there. The seats are there. The seats are there. Yeah, you do. Oh, I know. Right, so there's a McDonald's cup which has been left there by one of my kids. The seats are there and all present and correct. There's no rips or tears or anything like that. It looks like, in typical car dealer fashion, it looks like they've never been sat in, but obviously they have. It's a wee bit clarty on the floor at the moment, but this is all proper leather, none of that fake vinyl rubbish. Good old Volvo, and they're super comfy. Sitting in the back of this is like sitting in a DFS armchair. It's just really, really comfy. You're the same as well, Gary. Gary's a big lad as well.
Easy now.
And Gary can perfectly fit in here. 2 years in the back, nice and comfy. In here, you've got a pop-up headrest for your third passenger. In here, you've got a little bit of storage. And then this folds out into some cup holders. There's a little 12 volt supply in the back as well. Looking into the front, it's much the same story. The leather's all in great condition, the bolsters are all good. The steering wheel isn't even showing that much signs of wear. There's one wee scratch just on the trim around the automatic selector. You can just see it there. But again, for the mileage this car's got, it just does not look like 180,000 miles. I always thought these were quite modern looking as well, the centre consoles and stuff. Interior needs a good clean. Nothing damaged, nothing missing. The roof lining's no sagging. Just really needs a shampoo and a bit of cleaning. Right, engine cover back on. We have got a wee sticker there saying that the cam belt was done in 2017 on 108,000 miles, so it might actually be due again. We'll have to check that and see. But yeah, let's get it outside. We'll get it washed up, have a look around the bodywork, and then that'll pretty much be us. We can make a list. So there we go guys, that was the Volvo V70, and it actually turned out to be a really good car, and I did actually decide to sell it. We didn't do it as like a full-on retail car on the forecourt. We sold it fairly cheap, but we'd actually done loads of stuff to it off camera. So after you seen us cleaning it up, it then went up to Paragon Wheels, my mate Stuart. He refurbed all the alloy wheels. We actually put 4 new tyres on it, just to get rid of the Michelin Cross Climates. It got some rear pads. We done some Lanigard underneath. It got a full engine service. Obviously it got a full-blown detail as well. We're using all the Infinity Wax products, which you guys can get 10% off if you use code HOMEBUILT when you go to the Infinity Wax website. It was actually a guy in Scotland that came to see it for his mate. He came out, gave it a really good check over, took it on a good road test, and then obviously spoke to his mate, and his mate came up for South Wales, seen the car and drove it away there and then, and it's now away living a happy life down in South Wales. And I was proven wrong by Gary, because Gary at the beginning said this Volvo V70, they're rare as hen's teeth, you never see them about, they're really hard to get your hands on, people will love it. And I didn't believe him at first, but it turns out as soon as I advertised it, the phone rang within an hour and we got our first inquiry on it, and it was actually the second inquiry that bought it. So it just goes to show you, even a car with 180,000 miles, the simple fact that it had good service history, we were willing to restore the wheels and put the new brakes on and fully service it again, the customer was still more than happy to take it away because of that history that came with the car. And obviously the Volvo V70 is a great car. I've actually got a list of 3 people here that want another Volvo V70, and I cannot find one for the life of me, because I was going to get another one in, do it up, retail it, but nah, I've not found one yet. If you guys know anybody that's selling a Volvo V70, drop it in the comments, I'll take it off your hands. So yeah, there we go guys, and I also want to say a massive thank you to Caleb. He's a new sort of member on the team, and this is the first video he's ever edited for us, so I'm getting a lot of help off of him now. He's doing a lot of video editing for me, so if you guys liked the video, make sure you drop Caleb a comment as well. Tell him how good the video was and how you enjoyed it, and obviously if you like it, get a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed already, because I know about 49% of the viewers are subscribed, it's free. Hit the subscribe button, it'll help us out, it'll help YouTube push the content out to more people, and hopefully we'll get a few more views. We can start boosting out more content, and yeah, really get this YouTube journey back on track because I really enjoy doing it. It's something I want to do, and I really don't want the business to overtake the YouTube channel. I want to keep running both of them hand in hand. So it'll be great to see you guys subscribing and liking the videos. And yeah, that was the first video that we need to square you up with. There's another couple to come, so we'll see you again soon.